Trump's false election fraud claims fuel Michigan GOP meltdown. The ex-president's refusal to accept defeat is taking a toll on the party in a key battleground state. Joe Biden defeated Donald Trump by more than 150,000 votes in Michigan last November. Trump and the Michigan Republican Party still aren't over it. The outcome, and the former president's obsessive efforts to dispute it, has left the state party in disarray, raising questions about the GOP's focus as it looks to unseat Democratic Governor Gretchen Whitmer in a top battleground state next year. From a staff and leadership perspective, I don't know that top-notch professionals would want to go into this quagmire, said Jeff Timmer, a former Michigan GOP executive director who opposed Trump. Unless you're going to talk crazy talk, they don't want you there. Much of the trouble can be traced to the 2020 presidential election results, which Trump and his allies have alleged were marked by fraud without providing evidence. An April report from the State Bureau of Elections on 250 post-election audits conducted across the state found no examples of fraud or intentional misconduct by election officials and no evidence that equipment used to tabulate or report election results did not function properly when properly programmed and tested. Likewise, a GOP-led State Senate Oversight Committee report released in June found no evidence of widespread or systemic fraud. But some party officials and conservative activists continue to press for a forensic audit of the election results, encouraged by Trump, who has called on American Republican patriots to run primary challenges against Rhino state senators in Michigan who refuse to properly look into the election irregularities and fraud. One of the casualties of Trump's efforts to spread the lie that Biden stole the election was Jason Rowe, the party's executive director, who resigned this month. Rowe, whose father also served as executive director of the state GOP, first raised the ire of activists for telling Politico magazine last year, the election wasn't stolen. Trump blew it. Then, in May, Rowe told the Michigan Information and Research Services podcast that Trump was seemingly doing everything he could to lose a winnable race, and urged the party to move on from 2020. The state party also lacks a communications director after Ted Goodman left to join former Detroit Police Chief James Craig's campaign for governor. Goodman's replacement, Caitlin Buss, resigned within a week. I chose to leave after 2 days because it was clear to me that the party, generally, was not willing to move past Trump, and I was not willing to go through that again, she told Politico.